Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 Bogle Vineyards Merlot. It is from California and it is 14.5% alcohol by volume. So, I didn't see a specific appellation on here. So, I'm assuming it's just from anywhere in California they wanted to get grapes for this Merlot. Yeah, but before I even do the review, this bottle is freaking heavy. I mean, you could use this to hammer in drywall. You could use it to flatten out food if you're gonna cook something really thin. Just sit there and roll this thing on it. This bottle is so heavy, it probably has its own gravitational field. Hey, look, uh-oh. Now, I just can't, I'll stop. Let's get to the color. From a color standpoint, medium ruby, no artifacts, no cloudiness. On the nose, whoa. That is not what I expect the first thing the Merlot to hit me with. So the first thing I'm getting is actually three things at the same intensity level. I'm getting toasted almond, I'm getting black pepper, and I'm getting vanilla. Coming up after that is like potting soil, black cherry, now the fruit is starting to come out. It's a little bit of raspberry, and then it goes back into like an herbiness, like a thyme. So I thought a 2019 would have a touch of secondary, no tertiary, and just a good amount of fruit. That's not what I'm getting with this. And now, like, the longer I let it sit, the more that earthiness comes out too. This is kind of a cray-cray wine. But anyway, it might be a little crazy on the nose, but how is it on the palate? We don't know until we taste it. Medium plus body, medium alcohol. Medium plus tannins. Acid is medium plus. Overall intensity is medium plus. That earthiness is there. That herbalness is there. Those secondary characteristics are there. Those limited primary characteristics are there. This is a weird wine, and I say that because I don't know if you're supposed to drink it now. I normally kind of recommend age a wine so this part of it develops. Age a wine because it has this much acid. It has acid, it has tannins. That part of it will age. I'm worried about what happens when you age this wine with the limited amount of primary characteristics it has. Are those primary characteristics going to then just become tertiary and you're left with no primary characteristics with the wine after it ages for a little bit? Or are those secondary characteristics going to transform a little bit? I don't know with this wine. But what I would say is that this is not a solo drinker wine. I don't regret buying this wine whatsoever. It has a really good kind of inviting nature for pairing it with food. But I don't think that this is a wine that I would ever drink on my own, especially after aging it. So with that being said, let's get to the blick. All right, so in terms of balance, I'm gonna give you a full point. It's got a good amount of structure to it in terms of body, the heft of the body. It is a dry wine, has good tannins, but also has good acid. So all of those things really support each other. There's nothing flabby about it. So full point in terms of balance. Length, I'm getting a medium finish on it. I do like some of those herbal notes. I do like some of that earthiness. I just wish there was more of a primary fruit note to this wine, because once those primary fruit notes drop off, then I'm left with an herbal, earthy wine that has really no fruitiness to it. It's almost like drinking a cocktail in a way. So I don't know if I necessarily like that. I'd have to drink this wine a lot more, and I don't want to do that on the video. I don't want to go through this bottle of wine to figure out if I like it that much. So I'm just going to give you half a point. In terms of intensity, medium on the nose, medium plus on the palate, so half a point. And in terms of complexity, I am getting primary and secondary. I'm trying to wonder if the tertiary elements that I'm getting in this wine, that soily note, is related to aging, or if it's the grapes themselves. If I was saying it was a pyrazine, I would say it was the grapes for certain. But I'm wondering if there was some sort of micro-oxidation that took place, if the storage of this wine was necessarily correct. I don't know. I don't feel like it needs to be given a point for this, because I'm gonna give you half a point. I would need to try this wine again to see if this is one of those that has primary, secondary, and tertiary elements as just part of the wine. I need to go find some place that I know is not a gas station that will probably really be securing these well. Though with that being said, the way this gas station stores stuff and how fast they go through things, it might not necessarily be a fault in the way it's stored, at least at the gas station. I don't know. There's so many things that could affect this wine. All right, so here's what I'm gonna say. This is my final conclusion. Final conclusion. You do not have enough primary elements for me to count. There are secondary and there's tertiary, but not enough primary for me to count that. So that way that this wine is presenting itself right now, you are half a point because of a lack of primary elements, which I have never given to a wine ever on this channel. This is the first time. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this wine good. Like I said, this is not a solo drinker wine. You need to pair this with food. As a matter of fact, I am doing a sous vide black buck antelope roast right now. I have rosemary, thyme, sage, garlic, salt, pepper, all of that is just marinating in that sous vide for hours. You can take it off, flash sear it, and I'm serving it with sauteed onions and spinach. And it's gonna be fantastic. And this wine is going to be absolutely fantastic with it. It's gonna pair with the herbalness. It's gonna have enough acidity to work well with that food. The tannins are gonna be softened by the salt. Everything is going to work out. But this is not a solo drinking wine. If you buy this bottle of wine, be prepared to make some food to go along with it. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you liked today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you had the 2019 Bogle Vineyards Merlot? The California one, not a specific area, just the California one. I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I will see you all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.